About a year ago, I noticed that I was in the top 10,000 players on the global leaderboards. I didn't realize I was ever that close to the spot, so I wondered how far can I go? I initially set myself the goal of getting into the top 1,000. However, after some time I settled for the much more realistic top 2,000 instead. And so I started grinding. But that's when things started going wrong. I started getting more frustrated at things such as bad transitions, blind jumps, just your typical bad gameplay designs. And so by the time I ended up reaching my goal of getting into the top 2000, I was no longer enjoying the game. I was simply getting too frustrated with the small things, and playing the game felt more like doing a chore than having fun. And after an especially horrible experience with a certain level, I just quit the game. But is that really how I'm going to let it all end? After all those years of playing? No, I refused. So I looked back upon my best memories in this game and realized that I had the most fun when playing hard levels, going for new hardests and overcoming things that initially seemed impossible. And so, I decided to have one more go, give myself one more chance by beating a new hardest to rekindle my love for the game. Alright everybody, so, as you can see, I have 399 demons. I think it's about time we get our first extreme. Now, out of the two most popular choices for your first extreme demon, of course I chose the old school route, and I went with Cataclysm by Ggboy, the classic. So this first cube is very easy. If you want to get the coin, you press that one orb a bit late. And then we get into this wave part, which is just straight up the hardest part of the level, just right here in the very beginning, which is very nice, because since this part is so damn difficult, we're gonna get a chance to do it every single attempt, since at the very beginning. Now, because it is at the very beginning, I don't actually consider this to be the hardest part of level, even though it is skill-wise the hardest. There's actually another part which I consider to be harder than this, just because it is a bit later in the level. Now, if you go into my account, you can find this little level here, which I found to be very helpful to just practice the wave. Essentially what I did is I added these little guidelines in the wave part right here, which kind of help you sort of visualize the way the wave is supposed to work. I can't believe I just did that first try. But yeah, essentially those blue guidelines really help me like visualize where I'm supposed to go, right? So I added these little guidelines. Maybe it's going to help some of you out as well, right? And then if you want to practice without them, you can just press this and, it'll disable them. But yeah, essentially I just kind of made it so that it looks like a wave corridor, like something more standard of what you would see in wave gameplay. And yeah, doing this genuinely helped me a lot with practicing this part. This is a lot easier to do in one go than with the checkpoints. Alright, then we get to the drop. This ship part, just like most parts in this level, it's really hard when you first try to learn it, but very quickly it becomes consistent. And that's what I really like about this level. It's a very consistent level. You kind of hold here a little bit, just kind of go up, and then just do some ship control. It's really not that hard. Just remember the placement of those invisible portals. Then this wave part, overall, what you can do here is you can do these long strokes like this, right? Hold on. Like this. But I personally prefer to spam a bit more in wave parts. That's why I kind of do like tap tap right here, right? I do like the quick double click. Alright, then this wall part once again. Pretty tough at first, but it gets really consistent. Trust me guys, I'm actually a lot better at this at this level than it looks. But yeah, okay. So here is just some timings. Here you can press at this very specific spot. I'll show you on the screen. There's like this box that's very visible. Come on, bro, why can't I swear I'm actually good at this level. It's just, for some reason, this practice run is scuffed. I swear I'm actually good at this level. Then this UFO, once again, really hard at first, but gets very consistent. There we go. And here we go. This is, in my opinion, the hardest part of the level. It's pretty much at the middle of the level, and this is a massive choke point. This part is so hard. It does not get consistent at all. I just don't know how to do it. Like I've poured most of my attempts into just this one part alone, and it's it just doesn't work. Like, I don't know how to do this. I'm not the best at straight flying, so maybe that's why I'm not the best at it, but man, this is just painful. Because you can't straight fly for, like, immediately, you have to kind of dip down a little first, and then start straight flying. And then even here, you turn into this upside down ship, which is fine usually, you know? If you could just keep straight flying, but if you look here, this part is actually a little bit higher than this straight fly here. And because of this, it's not a perfectly straight fly. And this little dip down is the reason why this part is so incredibly difficult. If I gotta be honest with you guys, if this part wasn't in the level, or if it was a lot easier, then I don't even think this would have been my hardest level that I've beaten. Like, I honestly think Necropolis would have been harder than this level if it wasn't for this part. But just because this part is here, this level is so difficult just because of this. Then those orbs, you have to press them really quickly. It can be a bit tough. I miss them quite a lot because I always miss jump rings and ship parts, but yeah, there we go. Honestly, like, if we get through this part, there is a chance that I can beat this level, so, you know. Alright, here you just jump, you can hold here. There's actually like an invisible block underneath this jump ring, so you can just hold. Then do a little mini tap here, right? Now this part here, there's actually a bug here. And I'm not sure if it's a 2.2 bug or what, but if you press the blue orb too early, you will actually jump off the slope, even though you don't actually interact. You see, just like that. Like, you can actually hit this slope by accident. It might actually not be a bug, I might just be bad, but it kind of looks like a bug. Anyway, yeah, you can't press it like immediately. You have to kind of wait a little, which makes this timing a little bit harder. Then this part here, like, this is a micro click. You have to press this blue orb and then let go of the button before you hit the ground here, which is like invisible ground here in the spikes. Which, like, look at this tiny gap. When I saw this for the first time, I thought to myself, there's no way this is a real timing. But somehow, it is so consistent. I don't understand why. But hey, I'm not gonna complain. I'm not gonna complain about it. Here you can press the blue orbs, right? Like this. But I prefer to just... Oh, don't do that. I prefer to just wait and jump over. Here you have like this sort of rhythm you can do. For example, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Right, there is a rhythm to it. And overall, this part is very easy. Okay, I did that a bit too fast. But yeah, there's a rhythm to it. Anyway, yeah, this part is very easy for the most part. Now, this part here, though, it's kind of weird. I don't really understand why. Essentially, you can sort of mess up the transition. Like, it doesn't always happen, but it does happen occasionally, which is a problem. Right, it all depends on how you hit these blue orbs. And yeah, okay, I'm getting it every time now, but like, usually it doesn't work like this. So what I figured out is, in order to make this like very consistent, I press the last blue jump orb here late. You can't press it too late because otherwise this will happen and you'll just mess up the whole thing. But if you just press it slightly late, like, this transition always works. It's always very consistent. So pretty much it's a little bit of a payoff. You make the timing a bit harder, but in turn you get a smoother, better transition, right? A more consistent transition. So yeah, I think the payoff is worth it, honestly. Then some memory. And here we go, the most iconic part of the level. I love this part. Yeah, I'm not the best at the ship, so this was pretty hard for me to learn. However, I figured something out, which is a very unconventional method. I've never used something like this before. But for some reason, if I look directly at my ship the entire time, it actually works. What the hell happened here? Wait, what? 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 Huh? Okay. I've never seen that bug before. Anyway, yeah, you just keep looking at your ship. I don't know why, but it just works. It just makes it so much easier if I just focus on the ship instead of the surroundings and whatnot. And then this wave part is pretty easy, you know, but since it's at the very end of the level, it's just gonna be so stressful not to mess up here, right? So this is pretty much just a stress test. Grab this coin here, and nice, that's pretty much the end. All you need to do is just do this straight fly, and that's the credits. Oh, this level is really fun. Like, genuinely, it's such a fun level. There are some parts that are just unbalanced, right? Like the ship in the middle and the first wave part. But other than that, this level is just so much fun to learn and just to play. It's so satisfying. Yeah, I guess it's time to go, right? There we go, Cataclysm, first extreme demon. Alright. Let's see how good this first attempt will be. Not that good. So the problem with this wave part is it's kind of hard to see where you're going, right? It's a very dark part. I forgot the coin. I need to actually remember to get that. Now that practice attempt was horrible, like I was dying the whole time. But I am actually very consistent at the level. Like, past the first drop, the level gets really consistent, so I feel like this first attempt, after the drop, is gonna be a pretty good attempt. I just have this feeling, you know? We just need to get there, that's the problem. Well, speak of the devil! Alright, first attempt, let's go. 31%, not bad, not bad at all. Like, as I said, it's just a matter of getting through that wave part at the beginning, and then just getting through that ship part in the middle, and it's gonna be fine. Yeah, I think this level is gonna take me quite a lot of attempts. I mean, it's been 31 attempts, and I've only gotten past the wave once. Yeah, I'm just gonna be dying a lot, but it's okay. It doesn't really matter. How am I jumping over that jump pad? What? I really hope that gets consistent. Because if it's not gonna get consistent, this is gonna be a nightmare of an experience. What? So, was that a bugged transition? Why was I so high up in that what? Don't tell me there's a bug with the transition. Please don't tell me there's a bug. No, come on. 36%. Nice. I pressed that a bit too early, but it's okay. The waveform is actually getting a bit consistent, not gonna lie. It's actually getting pretty consistent. That's good. Unless I just jinxed it, which that's very possible. That was way too early. Ah, there it is. Of course. Yeah, we're gonna die there a lot. I think the worst part about that part is the fact that it gets darker, right? Like when you transition to the ship, the colors get darker. And because of this, my eyes just cannot adjust fast enough to the new colors. And because of this, I literally cannot see the spikes. I do not see the straight flight that I have to do, which is so much harder. What the hell was that? Okay, so there is actually a bug with the transition. That's just fantastic. I hope it doesn't happen too often. Bro, this wave part is actually so annoying. Jesus Christ. Like, it just kills almost every single attempt. It's so infuriating. I didn't realize it's going to be this annoying, honestly. Here I am thinking I overpracticed the level because I had consistently good runs. But like, it just doesn't matter if you can't get to the drop. So in these 200 attempts, I think I've only gotten past the wave like 6 times. So I remember when I said this wave part actually is getting consistent. I was just getting lucky, honestly. Bro, why do I keep pressing that so early? This level is actually so mind-numbing. Like, you just do this little cube section, then you enter the wave and you die, and you restart. It's just over and over again. Oh boy. What have I gotten myself into? And that's how we die. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to practice that ball part a bit more. Alright, that's it for the first day. 41%, not bad, not bad. I really hope that wave part will get consistent soon, because if it doesn't, then oh boy, this is going to be really bad. Man, like, the worst part about this wave is that there's literally only like a few clicks that are just so much harder than the rest. Like, there are just a few timings that are so tight. And it's just making this wave part so annoying. I waited too long. Damn, that ball part, man. It's like I've learned it. I know how to do it, but it's still just sometimes it still gets you. It's really hard. Oh man, 41% again. Ah, that's good. At least we got there again, you know. I do have to say though, today I've been a lot more consistent at the wave, but instead I'm not actually that good at the drop itself. For some reason I just keep dying really quickly, but the wave part itself, it's getting more consistent. That's very good. I don't know if you can hear this, but it's like raining like crazy. I have one of those windows that's on the roof, and it is right above my head, so you can really hear it. It's actually so loud, I can barely hear the music. And I'm playing on my headphones as well, like, that's insane. I waited again. I hate these timings. I hate those ball timings, like, I always have a problem with them. It was the same issue with Necropolis and the same issue with Deadly Clubstep. Oh, come on, man. I'm doing so bad today. Today is actually quite a sad day for Geometry Dash because Bloodlust was just kicked out of the top 150 demons list today, which is absolutely insane in my opinion. I just cannot fathom the fact that there's so many levels harder than Bloodlust. It's kind of sad as well, man. Like, such a legendary level. Oh my god, come on, man. How am I dying to the ship so much? Bro, it's been like 50 attempts since I got there and I die like that. Oh, this is actually getting frustrating at this point. It's just... You spend so long just dying to this beginning over and over and over again. How do I die there? What? Oh my god! There's no way! I got through the shit parts and then I died to this stuff. What? Dude, I can't believe this. I actually got through the hard straight fly and then I died to that. Man, that is so unfortunate. Are you really? Come on. Or just playing this level is actually miserable because you just keep dying to this beginning. Like, I know I've been complaining about it a lot, but like, it's actually annoying. Because the level is actually really fun to play, but the problem is you just never get the opportunity to actually play it. Because you just keep dying here. Really? Oh, come on. I'm done. Are you? Come on, dude. You know what? I know what will do the trick. Get the glow out of here. Why is it like this? Why is it so fat? What? Are you forced to have glow when it's black? Really? That's so ass. Really? Of course, the bug. Out of all the places, I died to this part. That's unbelievable, bro. Ah, crap, that was close. Oh boy, that straight fly is brutal. Come on, man. Just do a straight fly. Oh, come on. Every time I get through that first straight fly, I think I got it, but that's not the hard part of that part. The harder part is actually getting into the second straight fly. That's what's causing the issue. Oh my god, come on. Oh my god. Are you serious? I pressed that too late. Come on. I actually got through the ship. Oh my god, those orbs, man. Oh damn it, I pressed a bit too hard there. I don't think I've ever died like that in my life. That's the first. Alright, we're back. So I was just at an exam. It was a chemistry exam. It was pretty bad. It was so hard, man. The thing about me is I am terrible at organic chemistry. And yeah, that's exactly what the exam was on. I hope I did well, because if I didn't, then that's bad. Besides, what's with me playing Extreme Demons during, like, exam seasons? Like, last year I did Poltergeist, which I guess isn't an Extreme Demon, but it's still pretty hard, you know? But I also did that during exam season, and this year it's Cataclysm. What's next year? Next year we gotta play, like, another hard level during exam season. Keep up the tradition, you know? Well, yeah, some of the questions were so weird, man. Where the hell did that come from? Anyway, yeah, some of the questions were really weird. Like, there was one question about an aldehyde. Actually, no, it was a ketone, never mind. Yeah, it was a ketone. And it's like, yeah, here, I have this picture of a ketone. Now, if we add sulfuric acid to it, what do we get? Now, usually that's a question that I should be able to do, but I honestly just, like, all of my practice just went out the window during the exam, as it tends to be. So I couldn't really solve it, even though I should have, honestly, but it is what it is. And then the next question will be like, hey, so now that you made this random thing, if you put it into bromine, would it change bromine from brown to colorless? And I'm there like, how am I supposed to know this? I don't know. So yeah, it was just like a bunch of really weird questions like that. Oh yeah, next week I have a biology exam. I'm hoping to beat Cataclysm before that happens, because I'm going away right after, just to like visit my family and stuff, and I won't really be able to record when that happens, and I'll be gone for quite a while as well, so, you know, that would not be good. I actually want to upload this before that happens. Then again, you just never know when you beat the level like this, you know. It could happen any moment, really, or it could just take forever. You never know. Damn it. Yeah, that's the problem. I always go either like too far up, or I just die to the next spike after. It's such a hard part, man. What a choke point. The orbs! I actually did some attempts beforehand, before hopping into this session, on Cataclysm, just doing some practice runs. And honestly, it's been working out, man. I've been playing pretty well today. I haven't done that previously, which now I realize was a bit of a mistake. Like, just getting warmed up a little can really make a difference. From what it seems, anyway. Or I'm just getting really lucky. Yeah, you see, like, if that straight play was actually straight, I would have made it there. It's so annoying that it's just slightly downwards. Are you serious? Oh, that happens sometimes. If you jump, like, a bit too early, that can happen. But it's so rare, like, that barely ever happens. I can't believe this. I missed the orb! Are you serious? I missed the orb! How? Oh my... Okay. I don't know why I'm so bad with hitting orbs as a ship. Like, no matter what level I'm playing, even if it's like a 6-star or whatever, like... I don't know, I'm just not good at it for some reason. Damn it. It's such a tight gap as well. Like, it's not a one-block gap, it's a bit smaller than that. Also, I realized that in the ball part, I'm just not looking at my positioning. For some reason, I was always like looking at other things, like what's in front of me and stuff, which is not really useful when you're trying to do very tight timings in the ball section. So you might be wondering, why the hell was I doing that? And the question is, I have no idea. I'm just a bit of an idiot sometimes. But yeah, I figured that out, and the ball parts got pretty consistent, so... Yeah. It was really just that easy. Just look at your positioning, and it just becomes so much more consistent. Oh, I died to the bug! No way! I don't know if it's a bug, maybe it isn't, but it feels like a bug. I jumped there? No! Dude, like, I genuinely don't remember the last time I died to that click. Like, it is, don't get me wrong, it is a very hard click. But for some reason, it is so consistent that I genuinely, I just don't remember the last time I died there. Oh man, that's just really unlucky. Man, I really wish I was consistent at that ship. But I just don't know how to do it. Like, no matter how much I practice that part, it just never gets consistent. And it's really annoying because it's just the only part of the level that doesn't get consistent. Like, even this wave part here got consistent after a while. Like, I've been smashing it today. But that ship part, man. No! Dude, I can't believe I did that. That is, I was doing the straight play well, but then I did a void click. Or that's what I call it, at least. Essentially, I pressed the mouse button, but I pressed it so lightly that the input didn't actually register. Okay, I think that's enough. For the past, like, 150 attempts, I have not gotten anywhere, bro. Okay, so, yeah. We didn't get a new best today, but that's fine, because today's session was amazing. The amount of times we got into the ship in the middle was insane. The amount of times we actually passed it was actually quite good as well. Some unfortunate deaths after that, but hey, it's fine. Alright, let's move on to the next day. Wait a minute, this isn't Cataclysm. Bro, I don't even know what to say. That was just stupid. Like, what was that flying, bro? I rammed straight into that spike. Oh my god. Bro, I didn't even try to straight fly. What the hell was that? Like, I wasn't nervous, but I did panic, you know? Like, I was really keeping my nerves in check. Like, I was actually pretty proud of that. I'm usually really bad with nerves when it comes to levels like this. But this time I was actually doing it. But yeah, like, I just panicked and yeah, I just screwed up. It happens. That's gotta be the dumbest death I ever had in this game. How did I not click that orb? No way, bro. What is wrong with me? What the thing is, I didn't hold my button here. That did not happen. I released the button here, and then I clicked again for some reason. Why did I do that? Are you serious, bro? Oh my phone. Why am I dying such stupid deaths all of a sudden, man? I was literally practicing that part like 5 minutes ago. And like I've never died there even once. I was lined up correctly and then I just pressed a bit too hard and messed the whole straight fly up. Hey, that's good. That's good. That's good progress. Really quick progress. Nice. Okay, bro. Was I really that high up? I mean, hey, dude, that's been like consistently good attempts. This time the complete opposite happened. I straightened myself out and then I just like didn't do an input or something. I just went straight down into the spike. Come on. I literally clicked like 3 times. What? How did that happen? Okay. Well, that's a third one. 3 times in that same spot. I mean, I'd say this is probably the hardest part in this entire ship part, because the dual ship physics suck in this game. Like, the ships feel so much heavier, so it's harder to straight fly. And yeah, that's just... that one little gap is so hard to get through. Yeah, like, I've practiced that part so much as well, but it is what it is. We'll get there again. Really? I can't believe I actually went so high up there. That's crazy. Why do I keep missing that block? Like, I keep clicking and then I just miss it. I practiced this wave so much. Literally like right before this as well, because I had a feeling I would die here. I practiced this wave so much, and I didn't even die a single time. I beat it like 20 times in a row. And of course, the one time I get there in normal mode, I actually die. That is just sad, man. There it is. Oh my god. You know, after that death, I was about to give up. But then I was like, no, I'll give it a few more attempts. There it is. First extreme demon. You know, there was this comment on my Necropolis video that really stuck out to me. It was a guy saying that I lacked dedication and I could have beaten the level sooner. And like, some people might see it as a hate comment, but I took it as constructive criticism. I mean, I've been playing the game for over 10 years, and despite that, now only have I realized that I was playing the game wrong the entire time. I always rushed into everything, trying to beat every level as fast as possible, to just improve as fast as possible, or to get like as many stars. I never fully practiced any level, just did the bare minimum. I would never practice the beginning of levels because, like, what's the point? I'll only do a few good runs in practice before starting to try and beat the level, and just relying on luck to carry me through all of it, really. And that would lead to frustration, which would lead to anger, which then would lead to hatred of both the level and the game. And now I realize that that was a mistake. You need to thoroughly practice and truly dedicate yourself to beating a level if you want to succeed. And then you won't even feel nervous when you get far in the level. If you die at the end, like, who cares? You get to go again. You've practiced this before and like, you know you can do it. I say that's probably why my reaction was just so calm. I usually just start screaming and like from the excitement and like all the rush of emotions, but yeah. Like I always wondered how some of these top players were able to beat some of the hardest levels in the game and then like have barely any reaction to it. No celebration or anything really. Just usually like a, oh cool, I beat it. And now I think I finally understand it. It's all about your mindset and like your dedication for the love of the game. And I believe now that that is really what separates the greatest players in the game from everyone else. And so, yeah, this level taught me a very valuable lesson. And this lesson will not be forgotten. There's just no need to rush, just enjoy the ride. What a fantastic level. Cataclysm by Ggboy. First Extreme Demon. This feels absolutely amazing. I'm gonna go and like calm down, get some ice cream or something. I don't know. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Goodbye. Bye bye.